Welcome back. The presidential hopeful Vivek Ramaswamy used to be thought of as a long shot for 2024, but a sudden change in momentum has some thinking otherwise. Right now, the 38-year-old tech whiz is rising quite rapidly in the polls. Just take a look at some of the numbers here. According to the RealClearPolitics average, Ramaswamy is at about 6%. It might seem low, but he basically started at nothing. He, of course, is behind Ron DeSantis and Donald Trump, who's pulling way ahead at 54. That's double where Ramaswamy was even a month ago. And the question now is, can he continue this momentum? And if he does, where will it take him? We'll get Ramaswamy's take on all of this in about an hour and a half when anchor of On Balance, Leland Vittert, sits down with him for a town hall tonight. But first, Leland is here. He joins us live from Chicago. Hey there, Leland. Super excited for this tonight.
Hey, buddy,
Vivek Ramaswamy.
Thanks for taking the helm.
Of course. Yeah, I know you got a big night tonight. I'm curious, when this town hall starts in an hour and a half, what do you think we're going to hear from Vivek Ramaswamy? It's the first town hall that he's ever done.
Yeah, first nationally televised town hall, and you've been on the trail, Blake, a lot, and you know that candidates have their strengths and they have their weaknesses. Vivek Ramaswamy's strength is with crowds and retail politics. He's very good at it. If he wants to be president of the United States, he's going to be able to have to translate that emotion and that connection that he's able to create with voters on the stump and in small town halls, and to be fair, online as well, into these kinds of television appearances. And that's what we're going to test tonight. So we've got a great group of voters with some really interesting questions. We have a Gold Star mom. We have a 17-year-old high school student. We've got some other folks who, if one person from East Palestine, Ohio, who are going to be able to really test him and test his ability to connect, to empathize. And we're hoping to also get a little bit beyond what are his very interesting, polished, but still talking point answers to a lot of the major questions of the day.
All right, so Ramaswamy, of course, 38 years old. I said 37 earlier. He had a birthday the other day. Happy birthday to him. He's a tech executive. There's another person in the race, the mayor of Miami, Francis Suarez, one of the other younger candidates compared to the others, who is known for his sort of tech rebirth in the city of Miami. I know you spoke to him recently as well.
Yeah, we did, and that was at the Iowa State Fair. And it's really interesting to be able to watch these candidates up close and personal. And as you know from being out on the trail, how different it is to, one, see what candidates are talking about, number two, see what voters are caring about while they're interacting. And I think that's one of the things Francis Suarez was really good about doing, is figuring out what voters really matter, what we're interested in, what really mattered to them as compared to what is in the echo chamber of Washington. Take a listen. You're down in the polls. You're trying to make the debate. If 6 months from now you and I are on a bus rolling through Super Tuesday states because you've placed in Iowa and are moving forward towards the nomination, the reason will be why?
The reason will be because I've had an opportunity to tell the American people my story. It's a story of being my parents being exiled from a communist country, coming here with nothing, and basically experiencing the American dream, being the first Miami-born mayor of my city, creating an ecosystem where we're #1 in wage growth, the lowest unemployment in America, #1 in tech job growth. We've made it a safe city where we've lowered homicides to the lowest rate since like the 1940s. That is not what's happening in urban America. And as a candidate for president, if we are talking about Super Tuesday, it's because I've convinced the American people that I can solve America's big problems: the deficit, immigration, the rising threat of China as an economic and national security threat to this country.
You'll notice in that what he didn't talk about, which was Donald Trump, Joe Biden, or Hunter Biden, Blake. And I think that's really one of the things we're going to get out of tonight's town hall, is how much voters care about a number of issues and don't care about some of the things that dominate so much of the conversation.
Economy. It's 1, 2, and 3, right, Leland? No matter what happens, it seems like it always comes down to 3.
You might have to add one more. One more. Economy.
There you go. All right, bud, looking forward to it. Hour and a half from now, Leland Vittert, Vivek Ramaswamy, town hall tonight. Go get him. Good luck, Leland. Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.